let's get into my short September TBR. First up, for the month of September, I am picking up Wonder Woman. Now, I've already started this one where the dust jacket is not on it, and I'm like halfway through it. There's cat hair on this. I'm already halfway through it. This is Wonder Woman Warbringer. I'll pop up the cover if you don't know what it looks like. I was like seriously anticipating this because I absolutely adored the movie, and I don't really know anything about DC characters too much besides Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. So I was looking forward to getting into this one and seeing like what type of stuff I would like learn from this. And so I will let you guys know what I think down below. It did start a little slow, but it's definitely interesting because the movie takes place back in like the 1920s, and it's like later 1940s, something like early 1900s, and this one takes place now, which is really interesting to see her try to interact and experience things in our time because of she's older. Yeah. So I'm enjoying this so far. This is halfway through, but it's not going as fast as I wanted it to. Next up in September, I've actually already read this one because I procrastinated hardcore for making this video and I kind of flew through this graphic novel. So this is Alex and Ada, and this story is about an AI who is kind of like a love doll in this series or in this world, and there's either AIs who are basically just like your doll servants, or there is, you can awaken your AI and they are basically like a real person except still a machine, like still a robot, but they've got like feelings and everything. So that's what this takes place, and it's kind of like a romance between these two. And I really enjoyed the artwork. The artwork is fantastic. Like, it's beautiful. I really enjoy this, and it's by Sarah Vaughn and Jonathan Luna. And I don't know if Sarah Vaughn and Brian K. Vaughan are related, but these are both by Image Comics. And so I like all hail Image Comics because I freaking love so far everything that I've read by them, and they like everything I've read I've fallen in love with. So I really enjoyed this. I'm definitely going to pick up the second one this month, so that one's also on my TBR, but I don't have it yet. But I really enjoyed this one. And the only complaint that I have on this one is that there's not a lot of content, but I will go into that in my wrap up. Next one on my TBR list that I don't actually have with me because I told myself that I have to film this video before I go and get this book. That was the motivating factor to film, which is Tower of Dawn, and that is the, what are you on now, like 6? Sarah J. Maas book? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so this is the 6th Sarah J. Maas book in Throne of Glass. And this is Cale's perspective. I don't care about Cale. I used to love him in the earlier books, and then he kind of got whiny, and I just don't care about him, and I would rather have, like, give me a book on Manon. I want an entire book on Manon, that's all I want. But I don't care about Cale, so I'm still gonna pick this up, but I'm not as anticipated for this one as I normally would be for Sarah J. Maas books. But I love her writing style, and I'm excited to see where this, how it's gonna connect back with the book. I'm gonna be real irritated at the end of this book if it's gonna be like, now back to Aylin's story, and you're like, seriously? Like, I know that this book is supposed to be taking place during Empire of Storms, but if there's no, like, forwardness on this book besides just telling Cale's story, I'm gonna be irritated. So I'm loosely buddy reading this with Gabby because we both are definitely gonna pick this one up this month. So I'm excited to get back in with talking to Gabby about these books. If you guys haven't checked out Gabby, it's Gabs About Books. She's one of my like YouTube best friends. Go check her out, she's fantastic, and she has a lot of the same opinions about the books as me, so it's great. But I'm definitely picking up that one, so as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna go pick this one up because it just released today. Next up this month, I was debating so hard about what I'm gonna read this month because I have been so back and forth with everything. I've been really leaning towards picking up the Grisha trilogy, but I think I'm gonna wait on that a little more. And I wanted to read Rick Riordan books this summer, and I never got to that. So I was debating about, like, do I want to stay in summer or do I want to stay in fall? And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go to fall books because I do have an arc from my bookstore again, and that is The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. Can we talk about how beautiful this arc is? I hope the cover, I'm assuming the cover will be the same, but this is just like gorgeous, and I love sunflowers, so I just loved, like, this almost looks like a daisy, but it's yellow, so it reminds me of a sunflower. I loved this. This is so beautiful, and it's got deckled edges, and as soon as I like, first of all, the cover caught my eye, and I was like, ooh, and then I read what it was about, and it's author of Practical Magic. I actually haven't read Practical Magic. I've only read the movie. I will pop it up here. Sandra Bullock is in this, and Nicole Kidman, and this is like one of my favorite movies to read around Halloween time. To watch around Halloween time, because it's like about witches and about curses, and it's so cute. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. I know it's kind of an older movie, but go watch it. But this is kind of a prequel to that, and it's about the story of how these girls grew up, and it's about, you guys don't have any clue what Practical Magic is. Practical Magic is about a family of women, basically, who have cursed themselves. They've felt such heartbreak in their ancestors that the ancestor put a curse on herself that if she would ever fall in love, this person would die. And so that's what's going on here, like, to never fall in love, because then you'll never feel the heartbreak. So that's what this is surrounding around. But they're witches and there's magic, and it's such a fun time, and I love magic. And so, and it's like magical realism, because it's magic in everyday life. So I really am excited to get to this one. This one is on sale October 10th, so I wanted to read this and get up a review for you guys before it came out, so you know whether or not to pick it up. But I'm really excited for this one, and my mother-in-law actually was coming and visiting me in July when I picked this one up originally when it got sent to the store, and she saw it and picked it up and read it within like a day and a half, and she said it was fantastic, so I'm excited to get this one. So yes, look for a review of this coming soon. And because I'm picking up that Practical Magic one, I was like, I have never done a review of one of my favorite books of all time, which I don't know why I've never done a review on. I think because I read it before BookTube and I just never have done it. So I am picking up Garden Spells, and I'm rereading one of my absolute favorites. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard me talk about Sarah Edison Allen before. She's fantastic. Go read anything she puts out. She's not really releasing things anymore, but she's got a handful of books, and so far I've read all of them, but I think one, and they're all fantastic. They're all like such fun magical realism books, and I just love everything, like her writing style, the way she like does details, and like, go check her out. I'm gonna be doing a review of this. I already know it's a 5 out of 5 stars. Who knows, I might like dock it after my reread, but highly unlikely. This story is about kind of a practical magic situation as well. This one is about two sisters who, they have this magic tree that tells people of their futures, and they've got like they have a catering business, so you've got the magical realism and the baking, and I just, stay tuned for my review. I love this book. So my reread of that is I'm so excited for that one. But that pretty much is all gonna be for my September TBR. I'm not quite sure how much I'm gonna get through this month, so I only have 4 books on my bookshelf, or my book TBR, but if I'm gonna read that one, I probably am going to jump right into my second book of that, which is First Frost, which is the second book in this series, if I get to any more. But that's what I plan on reading for the month of September. And I hope you guys are having an awesome reading month, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Bye!